So my guy, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. I got a lot of length and a lot of bit on the side, so I'm thinking, do a little bit off the side. I kind of trust in you with this real quick.
Just creative control.
Yeah, go for it.
So this, how it puffs up from the side, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
It just makes your head looks different. So my goal is to really bring out, your jawline, maybe go a little bit with the 2 on the beard.
Yeah.
And definitely probably give you something like a modern mullet, maybe keep the back still too. Keep it kind of curly and still, but just remove a lot of length and weight here from the side. So maybe hopefully get you kind of looking something more like this from the side, and then grow it out from the back a little bit. But from the front, we still got to trim it a little bit from the front too. So this is going to be a full transformation. Yeah. So on the sides, I'm just going to go in lightly with the taper, and then connect it to the beard. And then as far as the length, I'm still going to go with this flow that you have going on right here. I like how it lands in the front. I'll give you a nice little trim so it's going to grow out like nice and even and cool.
Yeah, I'm a very low maintenance guy.
Yeah, so. I got you, bro. You're like, just fucking buzz it. I don't care.
At some point, dude, that's gonna be something I do soon, but not yet, not the full buzz yet.
I got you, bro. So let's get cooking. All right, so if you're a beginner or you're even experienced, you might actually panic with a lot of hair like this. You might not know how to start. So this is how you start a transformation haircut. First things first is we're gonna wet the hair, we're gonna section it, and then we're gonna decide where we wanna start. I'm probably gonna start on the side and do some forward graduation on the side and then finish the taper. From there, we're gonna get whatever we cut on the side and connect it to the back, and then from the back, we'll connect that to the top and then just work in panels. So let's begin. All right guys, so the next step, now that we've saturated, I mentioned we want to part the hair. What I didn't know was that my client actually combs his hair backwards. So this is gonna change everything. We're gonna graduate now towards the back. We were initially gonna graduate towards the front. So now that we're gonna cut it different, we're still gonna start on the side, but I wanna separate the panels, basically the top and the back first. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have my comb out like this and bend it slightly like this. Where it leaves the head, that's where I'm gonna place my initial, I guess you can say, a little guideline. I'm just gonna comb forward. And then I'm gonna double check again after this. Let's try that again. You can see it still leaves right there, so it's good. So now, once we know where it leaves, then I'm gonna wanna travel this all the way towards the top of the ear over here. So this is how it's supposed to look, right? We just literally pictured splitting the head in half. One panel, the other panel. Now we're gonna create a box section. What is a box section? It's just literally going from the recession point and connecting it to the line that we created right here. So how do we create the box section now that we've just literally separated one panel to another panel? Is we just locate the recession point, which is the corner of his hairline. And I'm gonna put my thumb here. I'm gonna just glide. Once that's set, I'm gonna put my thumb here, and all the hair is gonna come crashing down. So let's proceed again with creating the last section of our box section. You can call it a line, a section, whatever you want to call it. Thumb right there. If you guys mess up or it doesn't come out clean, just redo it. If you guys have time, just take your time. All right, so once we've separated the hair, we're gonna end up having to clip this. So how do we clip this? Let's have a clip here on the side. I'm gonna grab the finer part of the comb and I'm gonna comb down, open up my palm, grab the hair, and keep working until there's enough tension to pull and twist. Pull and twist. We have our little So we're ready now to start our graduation. There's gonna be a couple guidelines in here and I'm gonna walk you guys through every single guideline. Guideline number 1 is right here. So it's gonna be just this small incision right there that we're gonna make. Guideline number 1. Guideline number 2 comes with guideline number 3, guideline number 4, guideline number 5, 6, and 7. Our first guideline is gonna be here, comes with, we get it from the corner, place our thumb there. Let's just comb all of those hairs down. Now let's tilt our client a little bit. Now let's comb the hair down. So I'm gonna scoop the hair from underneath. Let's tilt his head a little bit. I wanna remove, I'd like to say about this much. So this is how much we're gonna remove. It's about 2 inches. So we have to be very careful because this is our first cutting line and we're gonna match this whole length over here. Once we have that, we have enough tension. I'm gonna start angling towards the back with my knuckle. Now we got the next one coming up. We're gonna do the same thing from here. Scoop the hair. You guys can see there, that's what we're gonna match it to. But I wanna make sure that I grab all the hair and there's enough tension. Let's take another one. Another guideline like this. We're going to drag it all the way down to the bottom. Over direct over here and point cut. This is how you get a crispy beard lineup. So as we can see here, the natural outline is right here. There's a little bit of hairs here sticking up, but I want to create a really sharp line that's curved. So my first initial reference point is going to be here at the top. Stretch the skin. So I can see that already forming. But the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to tilt his head. Go ahead and create pressure right here. Blow a bubble here, bro. Perfect. So he creates that smooth surface for me to use my razor. Chillin', bro. There you go. Reference point number 2, 1, and connect it in the center. All right, so now we're gonna work on the top part. So we graduated everything towards the back. Now you might be wondering, how do I cut the top? How do I connect this to the sides? So easily, right now, I'm gonna create a vertical section and we're gonna layer this whole top side and connect it to the back. That's it. Once that's layered, we're gonna chop this in half and split it and then connect the top to the sides. Then go horizontally and cut horizontally to the vertical line that we layered. That's it. After that, we will be done. We will just style a little bit and we should be done with the haircut. So we want to also establish the length in the front. What I want to do is I want to cut about 2 inches from the front. So it's almost landing. Since his hair is kind of wavy, it really does shrink a little bit. So we want to expect it to land about 1 inch on top. So we're gonna cut 2 inches. This seems like fair enough, and we're gonna point cut this. I want it to land above his eyebrow. So when it's dry, about right here. So I'm gonna cut it here. We expect it to go up right there. We don't want to apply too much tension on curly or wavy hair because it does bounce up. So be very wary of that. Very loosely. Don't get too technical either, guys. It's just hair at the end of the day. I just snip myself. Be careful, guys. Now we're gonna create a profile section, which is gonna go down straight down the middle. So now we did cut what's in the front there, but we're gonna round it off in the front because we want the front to be a little bit longer. This is where we start connecting the layers from here towards the back. So we just finished cutting this center piece right here. How we're gonna layer this is we're gonna separate and we're gonna split this in half and push it to one side that we don't wanna cut. So I'll demonstrate really quick. right here. I don't want to cut this side. So I know that I cut this right here. So this is what happens. I will demonstrate right here by showing you guys what's cut is back here and what isn't is what's flaring out. That's how you layer the top. So we are finished layering the top. So how we're gonna connect this to the sides is first I wanna isolate the bangs first because I wanna give them some sort of curly curtain bangs. So here, we wanna just angle, we wanna place our comb here and see where it tilts. So it tilts right about here at the center, and from here at the corner, I'm gonna just literally isolate this whole part right there. I'm not really gonna cut that. But everything that flops from the side, I'm now gonna connect this to the sides of the bulk that we cut, that we graduated to. So I'm gonna look and see at the corner here, I wanna connect it to this whole piece of hair right here that we graduated. I'm gonna elevate the hair and I'm gonna point cut. Once we're done with that, I'm gonna keep dragging. And you can see the connection point. There's hair there, so I'm literally connecting everything from the top to the sides, and I'm elevating and point cutting at the same time. While keeping the bangs isolated, I'm just gonna drag the hair up right here and I'm gonna just start point cutting. His hair does curl up a little bit, so it gets kind of tricky. Now we're gonna leave his hair fairly wet. This is some leave-in conditioner by Mio Avocado Tamanu. This smells pretty fire. So after we apply it, we're gonna go in and diffuse. All right, my brother, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
You ready to see this shit?
Here we go.
Let's get it, bro.
Yo.
Jeez.
Stop playing with me.
Bro.
Stop playing.
Yep. You look like Maluma, bro.
Malum.
Yeah, you look like Maluma right now.
There it is.
I got you, boy.